There is an ocean of everything you want: success, power, and the most satisfying relationships. It's all available and waiting for you. This is The Zone of Action with your host, Jerold Action Jackson.
Today, the subject of this podcast is change your life by changing your mindset. Change your life by changing your mindset daily. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a conversation that stayed with you long after it ended? A conversation so powerful that it shifted how you looked at the world? I had one of those recently on a cruise leaving out of Long Beach, California. I was in the business lounge, the quiet section with free coffee, free drinks, and plenty of space to work. There were about 60 seats in the room, but only 6 of us were there. As I clicked open my laptop, a gentleman sitting nearby started talking to me. At first, it was casual, but soon our conversation went much deeper, and it ended up giving me one of the most important reminders about mindset I've ever had. The question about grocery stores. We started talking about communities, businesses, and why certain neighborhoods seem to get overlooked. He mentioned something I'd already noticed: how some corporations won't put grocery stores in certain areas, even though those neighborhoods are full of people. Why? Not because of the population, but because of the environment. One example came up from the Midwest where a company opened a top-notch grocery store. Fresh fruit, clean aisles, everything you'd expect. It was even featured on the Tom Joyner Morning Show at the time. But what happened? Robberies, high employee turnover, internal and external theft. Within a short time, the store struggled to survive and eventually had to shut down. Now, compare that to businesses that open in safer communities. They flourish, they last, they expand. It's not about race, and it's not about culture. It's about crime, environment, and mindset. And that's where this gentleman hit me with something that made me pause. Low income is a virus. He leaned in and said, low income is not just financial, it's a virus. At first, I was ready to disagree, but then he gave me an example. If I told you I was on day 2 of the flu, he said, you would immediately back up, wash your hands, and protect yourself. You don't want to catch it. The broke mentality works the same way. It's contagious, and people don't want to be around it. I sat back in my chair and I realized something. He wasn't calling people names. He was talking about the mindset, the way of thinking that keeps people stuck. And he was right, because here's the truth. You can give someone money, but if their mindset doesn't change, that money will disappear. That's why, according to studies, most lottery winners are broke again within 5 years. The money didn't fix the thinking. The mindset trap. Have you ever noticed this pattern? In communities where opportunities show up, the resources sometimes get misused. During the PPP loan period, people were given a chance to reset, start businesses, invest, create something sustainable. But many chose to buy cars, jewelry, or things that lost value the moment they left the store. That's not just spending money. That's a mindset at work. And it reminded me of what Napoleon Hill wrote in Think and Grow Rich. More gold has been mined from the minds of men than has ever been taken from the earth. In other words, your wealth doesn't start in your bank account. It starts in your head. Robin Sharma, author of The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, says it like this: everything is created twice, first in the mind and then in reality. If your mind is locked in scarcity, fear, and limitation, your reality will follow suit. So let me ask you, where is your mindset today? Are you focused on what you lack? Or are you focused on what you can create? The lounge with 60 empty seats. As we talked, the gentleman pointed around the room. Look at this, he said. This business lounge has free drinks, free coffee, free Wi-Fi, and comfortable chairs. It can seat 60 people, but only 6 of us are in here. 98% of the people on this cruise don't even know this room exists. And I think about that. Opportunities are all around us. But if we're not paying attention, if we're locked into the wrong mindset, we miss them. Brian Tracy often says, you become what you think about most of the time. If your mind is fixed on survival, on excuses, or on waiting for luck, you won't even see the free opportunities right in front of you. Is mindset contagious? That's the question I kept turning over in my mind. Is a broke mentality contagious? Is it wrong to distance yourself from people who think small, complain constantly, or pull you backwards? I'll be honest with you, it's not wrong. It's necessary. Mel Robbins says, you're never going to feel like it. You have to parent yourself. You have to push yourself. Sometimes that push means stepping away from environments and relationships that feed negativity. Grant Cardone puts it bluntly, your greatness is limited only by the investments you make in yourself. If you're around people who don't invest in themselves, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you'll start shrinking instead of growing. Affirmations that shift the mindset. Here are a few truths I want you to hold on to. Your mindset is your future. Positivity is contagious too. Opportunity is always around you if you choose to see it. Wealth begins in the mind long before it shows up in the bank. Say these out loud. Write them down. Repeat them until they become your default setting. Practical steps to maintain a positive mental attitude. Now let's get practical. It's not enough to just nod along. If you want to change your life, you've got to change your mindset. Here are some steps you can take starting today. 1, guard your environment. Limit your time with people who constantly complain, gossip, or discourage. That energy is contagious. Instead, surround yourself with people who inspire, uplift, and challenge you to grow. 2, feed your mind daily. Read books, listen to podcasts, and watch videos from people who stretch your thinking. Napoleon Hill, Sharma, Mel Robbins, Brian Tracy, Grant Cardone. 10 minutes a day can shift the way you see the world. 3, practice gratitude every morning. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, and that shift creates room for growth. 4, visualize success. Spend time each day imagining your future in detail. What do you want? How does it feel? Visualization is rehearsal for reality. 5, take small, consistent actions. Don't wait for the perfect time. Start now. Progress builds confidence, and confidence strengthens mindset. 6, protect your energy. Say no to negativity, whether it's on TV, social media, or in your relationships. Protecting your mental space is self-care, not selfishness. 7, believe in possibility. Remember, success isn't reserved for them. It's available to you. The only difference is mindset. Closing thoughts. That cruise conversation reminded me of something simple but powerful. Your environment may shape you, but your mindset defines you. You can't fix the whole world, and you're not responsible for everyone else's choices. But you are responsible for your own. And when you choose a positive mental attitude, when you refuse to catch the virus of negativity, you change your life. And you inspire others to do the same. So let me ask you, what mindset will you choose today? because your future is waiting, and it's only one decision, one thought away. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter, JeroldDJAX. On Facebook, Jerold Action Jackson and Zone of Action. Check out the website, JeroldJackson.com. Happiness starts with you. Not with your relationship, not with your job, not with your money, but with you in the zone of action.